All right, everybody, welcome back into another episode of the Lesko podcast. Joined by Brett Cable once again, and Aaron Zimmerman. Welcome in, guys. How you doing?
What's up, guys?
Okay.
Aaron's a network solutions architect and a Saquon fan. That's a Randall Cunningham jersey.
Yeah, this is old Randall.
All right. Yeah, so I put up my episode. Well, I put up clips of the episode where Brett and I were calling Julian saying Lord Farquaad, and I actually complimented Ohio State, and they were still talking so much crap. I'm like, what I'm saying is, if Drew Aller came to Ohio State, he would have been way better than he was at Penn State, and he probably would have beat out Julian Sayin considering his skill set. And they took it as I was like saying Aller's better than Julian Sayin. I'm like, how do you do you actually think I would say that? Why would I say that? Like, I just, but there were so many comments on TikTok. Because Lord Farquaad's not anything special in my opinion. So, but
he just plays good football. But
he does. He is good. I mean, he's definitely a good player.
He was shook in the Big Ten championship. You could tell he was shook. Yeah. He wasn't ready for it.
He was. Mm-hmm. They were all shook. I don't know what their problem was.
Yep.
And like Mark Sr. said, they were nervous.
Yep.
Yeah.
But we were wrong about that. So we're gonna talk playoff situation, like the bracket, the playoffs in the future, like this year, what's gonna happen next, and then the portal. We got Rocco Becht coming in. Hopefully, maybe we'll see.
Probably.
And we could talk about Bo if you want to. But the playoff situation, guys. We were messaging earlier. And we were saying about the fact that JMU and Tulane got in and they got smoked.
Yeah.
To me, it's ridiculous that these guys get in there.
You're wasting 2 slots. You
should have put in Notre Dame and who else? Well, it would have been the bubble, so Notre Dame shouldn't have been in regardless. But based off the rankings, would have been what, Notre Dame and Texas?
Probably. Something like that.
Probably BYU actually, because I only saw
BYU and Notre Dame.
Maybe even BYU and Texas. It would have been BYU and Texas because they beat A&M. Again,
regardless,
they actually
it would have been better seeing those teams. Like these games would have been more entertaining for sure.
Yeah, that's right.
I think they absolutely need to change it, man. Like we're all watching these games, hoping we're gonna watch a good game and it's gonna be maybe an upset, and then it's just boring. It's so boring.
It's terrible.
So it's not a game. Like, why are we watching it? Besides the fact that it's football, and you're just seeing Oregon and Ole Miss. Like, what do they look like going into the next games? That's it. Like, what's the point in watching the game? It's and Josh Pate said about having their own playoff system for like the teams that don't make it or whatever. I mean,
for G5, for them,
for
that, it makes sense.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, unless you're really, really good, like you're dominating every team on your schedule as a G5, maybe you should get in. But the fact that they have these 2 slots is just, it's terrible. It really is.
Yeah.
And then
I always said that the system is a product of mismanagement for a long time, right? Because it started with the NCAA setting rules that were way too soft for people to get into the FBS, and they just let everybody in. And then you had 80 teams who probably shouldn't be in FBS, right? And then you have to put them all somewhere. And then as soon as you start building super conferences, well, now you've got 14 teams in a conference who are all competitive with each other, and then a bunch of conferences who are just not that competitive. And it's like taking single A ball and combining it with double A ball. Yeah. Technically, there are single A ball teams who could win against a double A ball team once in a while, but it's not going to happen most of the time. And the better double A teams are probably not going to lose to them, right? And so I just see it as it's comeuppance for bad behavior for years by the NCAA, and now the committee and the super conferences are putting themselves in a bad spot and the committee doesn't want to get sued. So the committee has to give the G5 something, right? And I just think, and then now folks are talking about, well, they got to have their own playoff. Well, how's that any different than the FCS? Right? Why are they even in FBS then? Like, so it's kind of one of those things, and I don't blame them. Like, if I was JMU, I'd be mad if you told me I should just take a second level playoff. I'd be like, no, I want to compete at the highest level. I don't care if I lose, right? But they shouldn't have to have that problem in the first place. The highest level of competition should be appropriate for their situation to begin with. And I think that's just mismanagement for years for the NCAA.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to make your program a legit contender, you have an opportunity now. It's with NIL. Get a billionaire alum, say, we're going to bring in 5 stars into Tulane and we're going to win. That's what you have to do now. The reason one of the reasons why they have NIL is for that reason. I think it's for parity. It's to create parity in college football. When you have these 2 teams who have no business getting in, like it's a joke. I mean, and if I'm JMU, like you said, in Tulane, absolutely, I want to get in. I'll go on the field and die, you know, just to play in that game, because you have an opportunity to go to the national championship. I mean, no matter who you are, if you're in the playoff, you have a chance. So, but if you want to be a legit contender, put tons of money into NIL, bring in the best recruits, a good coach, and then you can literally blow out every single team, make it into the playoff, and maybe compete. I mean, we've seen it with like Cincinnati and stuff like that. Washington, you know, for years they got into the playoff, they would get smoked, and they're a D1 team, a legit D1 team, Washington. So it's not just these smaller schools, but again, it comes down to if you want to compete, then you have to compete. Like, that's it. You shouldn't just get in because of, you know, a role with the playoff. That's the way it is, man. That's the way life is. Like, the blue bloods are the blue bloods for a reason. Yeah. And the JMUs and the Tulanes are what they are for a reason.
It comes down to doing what's right in your heart. Like, that's why these teams got in, right? Like, it's the right thing to do, but doing what's right for the sport, like for where the sport's at right now, it's not going to work, dude. Like, it's JMU, Tulane against the teams they played today. There was just no shot that these teams were winning. We saw the first quarter, second, like it's over in the second quarter. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Well, like we said in the chat, you know, I said they're gonna lose money on these games now.
Yeah.
They'll have no choice but to make a change, because that's what it's all about. First of all, at the end of the day, really what it's all about is the fans. It's about entertainment. It's about it's an entertainment sport. Now college is a little different because there's schools involved. You need to get an education, you need to become a better human being. You're trying to develop young men, young boys into young men, boys into young men. That's the purpose of college. But at the end of the day, college football is probably, in my opinion, it's the best sport that there is in America in terms of what people love. In terms of what people truly, truly love, I think it's bigger than baseball. It's bigger than the NFL. It's bigger than the NBA, hockey, whatever. I think it's the biggest sport in America. And that's what it comes down to. It's about the fans. So if you're putting on these games, like what are these? What are these games? Like, what is this? This is national television, and everybody's watching them. And you're going to lose money, and you're going to lose viewers because of the way it's structured. So if that means a hot Notre Dame getting in and playing Ole Miss, or a turned around Texas, or a gritty BYU playing whoever, then that's what needs to happen, you know, because BYU, Texas, or Notre Dame have a better shot at beating Ole Miss or Oregon than the other two teams do combined, really.
Yeah.
And on top of that, dude, both their head coaches are leaving. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Ole Miss, Tulane is not like a bad team, and Ole Miss just demolished them. And again, they should be in turmoil right now because their coach leaving. They did really good. But both of this 11 and 12 seed team, both of their head coach are leaving. So mentally, they're probably all checked out. Like, where am I going next? What am I going to do? Who's going to be our next coach if I stay here? Like all kinds of stuff, man. So if your coaches are constantly being pursued for bigger jobs, then you probably shouldn't be in the playoff. You know what I mean? So like you're not going to put a lower tier Big Ten team in the playoff, like a Nebraska or whatever this year, or like another team who's like a lower tier that did good in the Big Ten. You're not going to put them in. So why are you putting in these guys? I mean, it should be top 12, top 14. That's it. But I think it's going to hurt their wallets. That's what it's going to hurt their wallets. So
yeah, I think too, the other issue is you don't want to discount the regular season and you don't want to discount your conference championship games. So I see what they're trying to do. Mm-hmm. But and in some ways, like I will say, the Big Ten and SEC are part of the problem because they created this super conference structure where, guess what? I don't care how super your conference is, you're batting 500 against yourself, bud. There's no way for you not to. So that Texas lost 3 games. Do you think they lose 3 in the Big 12? I don't think they do. Right? So you kind of made your own bed here. And now you've got to figure out a way out of it. And I'll be honest, I don't know. I don't think relegation is possible because of all the rules around it. I don't think you can get rid of those 80 teams that don't belong. But what you maybe can do, and what it kind of feels like the SEC and Big Ten are trying to do, is break away and make their own thing.
Yep.
And I could see that possibly happening.
Just think about the downfall of the Pac-12 conference. That's what kind of like started making this happen, right? Like you said, the format is the way it is. If the Pac-12 stays the Pac-12 and like these super conferences aren't made and like the Big 12 still has Texas, Oklahoma, JMU and Tulane wouldn't even have a chance to get in at all. Like it just wouldn't have happened. You know what I mean? So like that's a very good point. The way the sport is going. And there has been some talk about the SEC and Big Ten doing their own thing eventually because the NCAA it needs a commissioner, right? Yeah. And Josh Pate, you have my vote. I know there's been some talk. And anybody, really. Like, if you're smart and you know what you're doing, like, Josh Pate's a smart guy. He would do a very good job. So, somebody needs to take the reins and,
I'm going to pull this up. Hold on a second. Hold on, JD.
This was good.
Oh.
JD Pickle.
My bad. Good grief. What am I doing? Hold on.
Well, it's not easy. You had me run this one night and it was tough. So,
well, I should know how to do it at this point.
Yeah.
All right. Good enough.
Yep.
So this is JD Pickle.
Are we okay on this Cinderella storyline kind of idea and the need to include other conferences and try to hand out participation trophies for the playoff just so everyone feels good and so it's fair? Are we done with all that? And I'm not knocking the G5. I am all the way here for the G5, dude. I was the guy carrying the flag for Cincinnati to be in the 4-team playoff. Last year I was saying forget auto bids. Boise State's a top 10 team in college football. Put them in the playoff. But here's the thing. That game that we just watched that's supposed to be a tournament to try to figure out a national champion was just decided by 31 points. And I'm not even upset that it was 31 points. I'm upset that it was 31 points, and Tulane actually played pretty well. Tulane had the ball for longer. Tulane had over 400 yards total offense. Jake Retzlaff had over 300 yards passing. Tulane actually ran the football semi-effectively, and it was still a freaking clinic from Ole Miss, man. It was a clinic. Like, when are we going to figure this out? College football is not the same as March Madness. It's not a Cinderella story where somebody gets hot from 3 and they just find their way into the Final Four. That's not college football. In college football, it's about violence. It's about physicality. You can't hide personnel in college football, man, especially not when it comes down to the top 10, top 12 teams in America. This is not what it's supposed to be about. And so I hope now in the last year of this 12-team format, we're done rewarding conferences. Notice what I did not say. I did not say I hope we're done including the G5. If we got 3 G5 teams in the top 12, cool, let's do that. I highly doubt that'll be the case. But I'm not telling you to not include the G5. What I'm saying is let's stop rewarding conferences. Let's start rewarding teams. Because, again, we just watched a college football playoff game decided by over 30 points where the losing team actually played, I thought, relatively well. It is what it is. Ole Miss Georgia will be fun, but let's stop kidding ourselves with this whole let's do fair, let's do inclusion, everyone gets a trophy. Miss me with all of that.
Dude, you know what else is going to happen?
Yep.
I just thought of this. You're going to have guys sitting out, and I think, in these big games. And I'm sorry, in these like lower tier games, you're going to have guys sitting out. Because what if you get hurt, man? What if you get hurt? It's the playoffs. It's the most important games in the season. Therefore, you should have to bring your best every time. Guys are going to start sitting out for those games. Yeah, JD Pickle, Josh Pate, they do good work. I make jokes all the time about some of those guys, but yeah, they're really good at what they do. JD Pickle, he played where?
He played Cornell.
Yeah, he's an Ivy League guy.
He's an Ivy League guy. Yep.
Yeah.
He's cool.
He commented back to me one time. He's like, "Mark, you couldn't cover me one-on-one." I was like, "Yeah, probably not."
Because Mark was like, "Is somebody really gonna get this guy a comedy show or something?" Because he said,
yeah. It was about the committee. They didn't have any.
Yeah.
And it's a good point. Like
any appetizers watching the games. It was a good point though. They were just sitting there.
Yeah.
They didn't have any snacks, nothing. Like
Bro,
it was funny.
I don't think they had a clue. Yeah. Yeah. He makes a good point. Like it's about the top 12. It's about the top 12. It could be freaking Temple. It doesn't matter. Like the Browns, for example, they've been the dumpster fire of the NFL their whole existence. Never been to a Super Bowl. They shouldn't get in against. They shouldn't squeeze in against the Broncos this year just because they're in the AFC North. It's dude, that would be they would slaughter them. I mean, in the NFL is a little different because any team can win at any time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the Browns shouldn't get in just because they're in something. You know what I mean?
They just don't have weird rules in the NFL, right? So it's very simple. You have to win. You have to win your division, or you have to be you have to have a certain number of wins and have the certain tiebreaker. But there's not really a lot of math involved. It's just this is what you have to do. If you don't do it, too bad.
Yeah.
I thought it should have been. I thought they should have cut it off at 8 teams, because then you have to have the best playing, and they made it 12, and now they have this situation. I mean, it's just.
It's crazy too.
Like a fan.
The Big Ten underperformed. Penn State, USC, like those teams had a lot of talent. Both of those teams should have had 10 wins. They didn't. USC had 9 wins. Penn State had 6. So the Big Ten underperforming screwed this whole thing up. That's 2 teams that would have been in the top 12 that would have made it over.
Well, the ACC screwed it up too.
Yeah. And thank God for, Miami gutting a win out today, because they at least made the ACC look 5% alive, other than 0% alive. So
that wasn't a good look for Texas A&M.
Texas A&M, dude, Marcel Reed is just bad. Like I don't know, most inconsistent. When he plays a top team, he's got that Rattler effect. So I don't know.
He doesn't have the arm for a lot of the throws he tries to make.
He overthrows it or underthrows it. Yeah, he's.
Yeah.
Well, I just want someone to beat Ohio State. That's all I want. That's. I just want Ohio. Yeah. I just want Ohio State to be beat. That's it. That's like my only. That's my wish. That's my Christmas wish, is that Ohio State. I mean, you got. So hold on. Gosh,
we all got coal in our stockings tonight with freaking these games we just saw. Or that we tried to witness.
So I'll pull up the bracket here. Like what we've got right now is like these are going to be the matchups. So it's James Madison is getting killed by Oregon. So it's going to be Oregon, Texas Tech. It's going to be Bama, Indiana, Ole Miss, Georgia, Miami, Ohio State. All right, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's what it should be right now. If you want to make it 12, then you need to make it the top 12. That's it. I mean, an 18 playoff, man, because Penn State is the school that got totally shafted every single year by losing how they lost and then not getting into the 4 team. If they would have had an 8 team, we would have been in like the whole time Franklin was there. We would have been in the 18 playoff pretty much.
6 years.
You know?
6 years he would have made it.
Yeah. So, either make it where it's actually the top 12 or make it 8. But I know they're going to 14 now. So it's like, make it to top 14, please. Like, you have to. You have to do it.
Yeah.
And then the whole BS with Notre Dame getting a guaranteed 12 seat. That is an absolute joke. That is an absolute joke. And I hope it's like an independent thing so that Navy makes it and they don't.
Yeah.
But
at least the second
round.
round. At least the second round games look like they're going to be decent. So we'll see.
Yeah. And I said that years ago when they started, that when they started this whole process that we were just going to keep going. Now it's 12, then it'll be 16, then they'll say, oh, we need 24. It's until you fix the problems behind it, you're not going to fix the actual problem.
Yeah.
They're
going to have a March Madness bracket. It's going to be just insane.
Right. Like the only way you can really go down to 16 and it'll work is if
at some point it's going to be like 30 teams. It's like, man, this is ridiculous. You're going to have Indiana playing freaking St. Francis in the first round. I mean, but how confident are y'all with Linnett? I mean,
good question.
The thing about Dan Campbell, good question. The thing about Dan Campbell, he's going to be very methodical and careful about every decision he makes right now. So if he's bringing in Danton Lynn, it's because he thinks he can win us. He can help us win the national title. He's not just going to bring him in. Like, the goal is to win a national title. That is their goal right now. So if he brings him in, then that's a very good sign. I think if we want him, we're going to get him. Like, because even Lincoln Riley talked about it a little bit.
And to go off that too, like if we do get Dan Lynn, you have to think when he got there to clean up Alex's Grinch's mess, he's still trying to clean that up. Like there weren't good players on defense there. There's still not. Their linebacker play is not good. Their defensive line play is not good. They have some decent cornerbacks, but their defensive structure, like team-wise as a whole, isn't good. He's doing more with less right now. So Penn State's going to have more talented players on defense for him to work with.
Like Lincoln Riley and USC tenure has not really gone that well. I mean, they had Caleb Williams, who in the NFL, man, he's pretty good. I mean, the Bears are a 2 seed right now. He's got one of the quickest releases I've ever seen. Like he is a very talented quarterback. And they went, 7-5 with him?
Yeah.
That's it. Like that defense that year was horrible. That defense that year was so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the problem is Riley's always kind of been that way. And it's only really the last couple of years where he's made a commitment to defense. And Lynn was one of the things that he brought in to try and fix that, which has been working. It's a slow roll, but it is getting better. So, and they are getting better. I kind of want us to take Lynn away just to kind of put them back a step. I don't want them to keep getting better.
Plus, he's a letterman, dude. He needs to come back home. Like
Lincoln Riley, man, like they have not done well under him. Like I'm surprised. I'm kind of surprised he's still there. It's USC. You would think they would want to bring in like a better coach, if you will. And Lincoln Riley should just go be an OC, in my opinion, somewhere.
I mean, he's a outstanding quarterbacks guy. And he is a really good offensive coordinator, no question. I think, they had a couple of really good years with him. And then he just made decisions that put them on a wrong path. And then they did a reversal and they went downhill. And now they're trying to fix it again. I don't know if it's going to work because it depends on how committed Riley is to actually getting defense right. Because that's always been his problem, if his offense isn't just completely unstoppable, he's not winning 10, 11 games. So if he has any issues at all on offense, his team's going to drop to like 7-5 overnight. It's just that's what happens with him.
Yeah. And Danton Lynn, like my freshman year, he was a senior. And he played in the Tom Bradley defense where it was just basically his idea of a defense was we're going to put you in position and we're going to let the offense do the work. Basically, if you're in the right position, you can get turnovers if it comes that way. Like his defense was very conservative, just prevent basically without being in a prevent situation. Dan Lynn was a good corner. He was there a while. He played a lot.
Mm-hmm.
His dad is Anthony Lynn, who was a former Chargers head coach. And Anthony Lynn sent his son to Penn State to play for Joe Paterno. So, Danton Lynn is a Penn Stater. He played in it. He played for good coaches. He played with some good other players. He played with some good guys on his teams.
Yeah.
But, he wasn't like a Sauce Gardner. He was a system corner, and he did well enough. I mean, it was him and Chaz Powell his senior year. Chaz Powell played everywhere, but his senior year, it was him and Danton Lynn. Those were the two corners.
Yeah.
And then you had Nick Suke and Drew, was it Astorino? Yeah, Drew Astorino in the back. Yeah, Drew Astorino in the back there. That was the secondary. And then you had like Stephon Morris, guys like that. But, Dan Lynn was a solid corner. And clearly he learned a lot about football because he's a DC at a big school like USC. So, one, he's a letterman. So for that reason right there, he should come back. 2, he's good at his job. 3, he has a pretty good resume. So, I think he should absolutely. And his dad was a head coach. The guy knows football. So, I wish it would have worked out with Jim Knowles, man. That was just a bad. I mean, it would help if you had a better boss, but he didn't. So it is what it is. But and then Elijah Robinson, that's another guy, played for Larry Johnson at Penn State. I hope they bring him in for something. I don't really want him as the DC right now. He's the DC at Syracuse right now. Right. I want him back for something. That's what I want. But I don't think he's going to go D-line coach from DC. I mean, we're a bigger school, but that's.
Well, I personally would be pretty happy with Lynn. I think he's doing good work at USC. He's a Penn State guy. I don't there's no DC option that anybody said to me other than maybe Haycock, but Haycock seems to be going for retirement probably. So if I don't see anybody else that I would be like, oh yeah, that'd be a better pick. Like, not really. Not that you're seriously looking at anyway. So
there's not many names out there right now. That's the thing. The market for DC it's kind of closed up. I mean, so is head coach. I mean, we got lucky. We got Matt Campbell because Michigan is. Who knows when Michigan will get a coach? It could be 3 months from now, dude. No clue. Could be 3 months from now. Dante Moore threw a second pick, so that makes me happy. Just to let you guys know.
Did he throw another?
JMU's battling. They're about to score again.
Bro, he threw an interception. How many did he have?
He's thrown 2 today. JMU just got a touchdown. It's 48-26. So, they're trying.
So bad.
Hey, they're doing better than Texas A&M did on offense.
Oh, my gosh, 100%.
I think somebody mentioned that in chat.
Oregon's a bunch of weirdos, man.
Yeah.
Bunch of weirdos. Got I guess it does snow in Oregon. But is there anything else you guys want to say about the playoff?
It's a disaster. It needs to be fixed. That's it.
Yeah, it's a mess.
Thanks,
NCAA.
NCAA does its best work again.
Yeah.
The NFL is on right now too, guys. So don't forget that for those of you that are watching.
Green Bay.
Keep watching us, but put it on the background like I do right now.
It sucks that Micah can't play tonight. That sucks, man, because he won.
That was a crushing injury.
Yep.
Well,
I'm not Packers fan, obviously, but that hurts to see.
Yeah, him and freaking Pat Mahomes went down in the same weekend, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Brutal,
literally 2 of the biggest stars in the NFL went down in the same weekend. That's bad.
Yeah.
Now Landon Tengwall said the other day about when they played under Franklin, and I'm going to get us into the playoffs here. I just got the wrong graphic up. But when he was a player at Penn State, they would have 3-hour practices. Okay. Now, I don't care who you are, like what level you're at. That is so unnecessary, but they would have 3-hour practices. Then he said they would go to games. You guys probably saw it, but he said that when they would go to games, go to games like home or away, they would have like meetings, and then like walkthroughs, team meetings, offensive, defensive meetings. Then they would do a walkthrough, and then they'd go back into their position meetings. Then they'd have a team meeting, then go back to position meetings, then go back and study film. And Landon's like, why did we do all that? And Aller said it in that leaked audio, which I'm not saying he did it. I'm just saying you heard his voice. He said, I was so mentally shot by the time the game day came around that I was like overwhelmed. And again, like I played quarterback. I played football, but I played quarterback too. Like, I understand what he's saying, man. I understand what he's thinking. That's the way I was. It got in my head. Like, quarterback is not fun. If you're not ready to play quarterback, like, it's not fun. It takes the fun away from football if you're not mentally ready to play quarterback. So the fact that he was there, I mean, we all saw it. We all saw it. So what I was getting to was, that's the way Franklin ran things, and people were like totally mentally shot by the time,
they went to play.
That was interesting to hear.
Oh, we lost Mark. We'll talk until he gets back. I was going to say, whenever we said Franklin ruined Drew, we weren't just kidding. Now there's actual evidence that this is the case. Yeah, we're just going to keep going until you get back up.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yep, I got you. See.
Yeah.
But the evidence is there. Like a player that played for Franklin, and he said, "Listen, I'm not here to bash the guy. Like, why would I do that? Like, that's not why. But like, this is true. Like, whatever Drew Aller was saying on that tape, and the other players saying it was exhausting. That's all a fact. That's not made up. So, we weren't kidding. Like, we could have just been guessing. Like Franklin ruined Aller, Danny O'Brien ruined Aller, but like this is true. So there's nothing else we can really say. Looks like Mark's coming back on, but
it tells you a lot, right? That Drew Aller seemed like a head case. Well, now you know why.
Yeah, Mark, I was just saying. Now we know what Drew was saying it's a fact, and Franklin ruined him. That's true.
So, but when I was getting into that, what was the point I was trying to make? I cannot remember. Do you guys remember why I brought that up?
I don't know why you went that direction.
It was overloading the quarterback with information.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can't remember exactly what that point was leading off of, but like these teams, okay, these players, these coaches, whatever it is, like you have to consider the fact that yes, this is football, it's Division I, but you can overload these guys big time. I mean, you can overload these guys big time. So Joe, like 99, for example, they lost their last 3 games. I've heard this from people that worked for the team at the time. Those guys were so beat up and so tired and just beat down from the weight room lifting to the practices that they just couldn't do it anymore. Like they lost. I mean, Joe ran a really hard program, and at some point it's like less is more. It really is. A lot of the times less is more. So like a Saquon Barkley, for example, you have certain people who are just absolute freaks. Like Joe's lifting program was terrible. And it wasn't his, it was JT's. It was terrible. It was terrible for it did not correlate to athletic performance whatsoever. So maybe if you did a little less is more with Saquon there, imagine how much better he would have been. Imagine how much better Derek Williams would have been, Larry Johnson would have been, all these kinds of different players if you had a real lifting program. They just had machines. So how much better would all of these guys have been if you did less is more?
Yeah. Well, it's just like it's like anything you go to conquer in life. If you overthink it, you're probably going to mess it up.
Yeah.
Football is a simple sport fundamentally. It's not magic, you know. So I think a lot of people do this today. You see this with these offensive coordinators that get kind of like Andy, where you're getting too cute, man. The sport's not that complicated. Just don't overthink it, man. Just if you're good at it and you've been doing it for years, you know how to do it. Go out there and do it.
Bro, it was such a disaster, man. This whole season was such a disaster. Like,
the
offense, the scheme, and then the preparation, and the fact that Drew Aller was ruined, man. Like, from the neck up, he really didn't have it. But that doesn't matter. He has the tools as an athlete. He just needs good coaching. That's it. It. That's all you need.
Yeah.
You know? And he didn't have it. Like, what a disaster of a season, man. Like, and then you bring in Jim Knowles. He's like, yeah, it takes me 3 years because I've run an NFL offense. It's like, okay, well,
we won an Natty this year,
NFL,
so
you're not in the NFL, bro. So, I don't know. I don't know.
But, well, how many times do you hear about in sports, in the NFL, in college ball, where you take a quarterback from one system, you put him in another, they simplify the system, and suddenly he's a game breaker. He goes from being terrible to being great all of a sudden.
And
right?
that happened with many Penn State players under Franklin. They went to the NFL. They were freak shows. Absolutely. They were phenomenal athletes, and we couldn't beat Ohio State with them. It's insane. And we had Abdul Carter. We had Chop Robinson. We had so many great players on one team, and we still can't beat Ohio State. Like,
Sam
that's
Darnold.
Coaching. Yep.
And even like, I think Choppin just said Sam Darnold this year. Sam Darnold, keep him in a simple system. Like, he's going to throw picks. He's Sam Darnold.
Dude.
It's kind of something he does.
Yeah.
But doesn't matter. Seahawks win anyway.
I mean, look at Sam Darnold. Look at Aaron Rodgers. You know, he's old, and he's still playing. Jalen Hurts. Their system, I think the issue with the Eagles and why they have collapsed a bit, dude, they just got to play ball, man. Like, that's it. Like, I think they're making it too complicated. You have so many great their roster is insanely talented. It's crazy. You know, it is.
Yeah. Bunch of alphas.
But Aaron, what branch were you?
I was regular Army.
Okay, so what is the method of the military that makes it so effective? I know it's a broad question, but what's the method?
Yeah, I mean, you take simple tasks, you beat it into your head. You repeat that simple task over and over and over until it's your default behavior. All right, so you don't have to think about it anymore. Guys, just do it.
Yeah.
You don't realize it even when it's happening because you're going to be trained over and over and over and over. And then you're going to get in a situation and you're just going to do it. It's going to be instinctual, right? So, and that's what good, like even risk taking in football, same story. If you learn how to take the risks and it just becomes the norm, you're going to know what to do when the time comes. You don't have to think about it.
Yeah, as much talent as this team has, you just got to keep it simple. Like you just said, like simple tasks, beat it into your head. That's the motto of the military, the greatest military in the world. So maybe they should do that with Penn State football as well.
It works in a lot of things.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like the concept of a podcast is pretty simple. The concept of YouTube is pretty simple. Put up content consistently. That's it. Just put up content, you know?
Yeah.
Be yourself and put up content every day for 4 years, and maybe you'll get monetized, you know? That's that. And then look at Landon. Landon has his niche. He's a former player and he keeps it real. That's it, you know? That's just the as much talent as Penn State has, if they just kept things simple like Terry did, man, we would be in the playoffs right now easily, you know. But they tried to get way too fancy. I don't know, but guys, the playoffs going forward. I pulled up the bracket. What do you think? We got the 1, 2, 3. Wait, 4 games, then 2, and then 1.
Yeah.
So What are you thinking?
Who's going to win?
I mean, what do you think about this 18 playoff? This is a great playoff we got,
Yeah. I mean, if Georgia plays like they can, like if Georgia plays to the best of their ability, they can beat anybody. So I think Georgia is going to make it to the Final Four, possibly the Natty. It's hard to gauge Oregon, man, because they're not playing anybody right now. They're just not. So that's why these games are annoying, because we don't know what Oregon is going to do. Oregon barely beat us, and we sucked this year. Oregon lost to Indiana by 10. Indiana dominated them that game. It was only a 10-point win, but they dominated them. So is it going to be Indiana, Ohio State in the rematch, or can that even happen? I'd have to look at the bracket. Or, Georgia, OSU. Yep. I don't know, Mark, have you seen that? I've been commenting with your thing.
Yeah.
You could end up with Indiana and Ohio State in the national title. Yeah.
Indiana, Ohio State. Yeah. And the only thing that truly it terrifies me that if it's the same matchup again and then Indiana loses, because, we know Ohio State fans like belts on their asses, whatever that is that they say. And they're going to keep saying that if Indiana loses. So I just want to shut up Ohio State fans. That's all. I don't even, it's not all fans or anything like that, but it is annoying when they keep talking crap. Like, again, Notre Dame, that's a different story. They're quite irrelevant. But Ohio State, they're good, but their fans are extremely obnoxious.
And for them to win 2 years in a row would just be super annoying.
I mean, I would probably move to a different country and just become a monk for a year and then come back and be like, all right, I'm ready. But Texas Tech and Oregon, Alabama, Indiana, Ole Miss, Georgia, Ohio State, Miami. So
Jesus.
Hold on, I'll try and shrink it up here.
So I'll say this, Miami, if they can figure their offense out, their defensive line can come after Ohio State. Ruben Bain, those boys, their defensive line's very good. So I want to see what Julian Sayin does against that, because Indiana's defensive line is not the same caliber as Miami's, and Julian Sayin was seeing ghosts. So we might, I don't know, guys. We'll see. Miami has a chance, but their offense just isn't good. So
yeah.
Who's Julian Sayin, bro? Who are you talking about?
Lord Farquaad.
Oh, Lord Farquaad, yeah.
No, the one that interests me actually in the next round the most will be Alabama, Indiana.
Yeah,
that's a good game.
Yeah, that's the best one, I think, because
Alabama looked good last night. They looked good. Second, not the first half.
Alabama's scary because if you were to just line them up and say who has the most physical talent, Alabama's got the highest ratio of anybody in this bracket.
Yeah.
And so you're looking at Indiana. Indiana has the lowest ratio in this bracket. So, but Indiana, we know who's coaching that team, and we know how good they are as a team.
Yeah.
They're an incredibly good team. And so you've got a battle of an Alabama team that you could argue has underperformed at times versus an Indiana team that you could argue overperforms all the time.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting game to me.
So here's the thing, guys. Here's what I think is going to happen, honestly. I think Oregon will be a favorite against Texas Tech, but I think Texas Tech is going to win. And then
I want to see Texas Tech against a non-Big 12 team, right? That's what we want to see.
Yeah.
What can they do?
The thing is, Oregon's fast. They got some talent. Alabama is Alabama at the end of the day, no matter what. All year, man. People have been saying, Kalen's before this, Kalen before that. He sucks. I'm like, bro, you want to talk about delusional fan bases? Alabama, bro. Kalen DeBoer, this poor guy. They're talking about how he sucks. You got Southern moms saying, I'd pay $30 million to get his ass out of here. Talking at a grocery store, being interviewed. It's dude, you guys need to seriously calm down. Let the guy coach your freaking team. You just had Nick Saban as your coach. What he did is unbelievable. It's never going to happen again. You guys literally had arguably, it's the greatest dynasty in college football history in terms of what they did. One of the greatest coaches ever, if not the greatest coach.
Mhm.
And you guys have this Kalen DeBoer guy come in from Washington. It's like, I don't know, maybe give him a few years, to maybe iron some things out. Like, I feel bad for the guy, to be quite honest with you. Like, but they're a tough team. They're a well-coached team, clearly. They just beat freaking Oklahoma at home, and they made it into the playoff. The 4th seed in the first playoff won the whole thing. That was Ohio State. They beat Alabama, and then they beat Oregon. That was one of the greatest lineups of teams, Florida State, of teams we've ever seen in the playoff, honestly. And then Ohio State went and won it. That was my senior year of college. So Alabama is Alabama, and I think they can beat Indiana, but that probably won't happen. But they are a tough, gritty team. So that is my favorite game. Ohio State being 9.5 favorite, that is absolutely – I don't even know what to say. Like, is that fair? 9.5 points? What do you think?
I would say I think it's fair looking at them, but it's what they're doing is they're kind of looking at the Indiana game and they're kind of ignoring what happened in the Indiana game, right? With that number, it's fair in that, like, defensively it wouldn't be fair if you were to say defense. Miami's right there. So 9.5 wouldn't be fair to them. Offensively, it might be fair. The main reason I'm scared for Miami is Carson Beck has been turnover prone in the past, and Ohio State will absolutely kill them if they fall behind in turnovers.
Now,
I could easily see Tennessee all over again there.
If Miami can run the ball, they have a chance. But, like, if they can't run the ball with Fletcher, then, they're not going to have enough offensive firepower. Or, like you said, Beck's going to mess it up. If they get in the red zone, they'll fumble or throw a pick. That's going to be the difference. So their defense can hang, but how long can they hang for with the offense not performing?
Yeah, Fletcher's got to wear down Ohio State. They got to get him moving.
He was fantastic today. He was great.
He was great. Yeah.
So, okay, Aaron, you think it's fair? The only reason I'm like somewhat baffled is, like, dude, really? Like, of course Ohio State gets a freaking 9.5 point favorite.
Yeah, it's a lot
against Miami, dude. They just beat A&M on the road. Like, you know what I mean? So that's all.
But they only scored 10 points. That's why.
That's why. Yeah. But and the other thing too is, I know that there's still some side eye at Texas A&M this year, just because. Now, there's no question A&M was a better team than they have been, but it's hard. You kind of looked at their schedule and said, they pulled one of the easiest ones you can get in the SEC, and if they had their typical yearly schedule, are they still an 11-win team? I have my doubts about that too. Mm-hmm. I don't think they'd be significantly worse. They'd probably be one game worse, maybe two. But some people felt that maybe they were getting a little too much love, or maybe they kind of got a little lucky because of their schedule. And if they had to play Alabama and they had to play Georgia and stuff, they wouldn't be where they are.
So
I'm mixed on that, but I do see. I think Miami's a genuinely good team, though, and Ohio State could definitely lose that.
Yeah. So here's the thing. There's another reason why the 9.5 kind of baffles me a little bit. They played no one all year, including us. Play Indiana, and they can't throw the ball deep. They lose 10-13. Now they're playing Miami, another legit team, and they're 9.5. Like, and you just said they didn't factor in the freaking Indiana game. Like,
they ignored.
My God.
Yeah,
you want to talk about
the Indiana game in the book? They did to Indiana what they did with Michigan last year, right? Yeah. That Michigan game last year, they said that's an aberration.
Right? A fair spread should be like 5.5. Like, that would be
9.5. Are you kidding? But it doesn't matter.
Pretty high.
Yeah. But I am calling Michael Irvin, and I'm saying send me Miami gear, and I'm going to say stop hanging out with Dan Lanning, because everyone knows that you're hanging out with Dan Lanning too much. So
that's what they were thinking, yeah.
And don't bring any scissors when I come pick up the clothes. So
please. He's not. Don't be in his presence when he has scissors.
And bring the belt.
Yeah, what? Bring the belt,
Bring the belt. Yeah. You see the video? He's going crazy,
bro.
He walks around with 2 belts, one on and then one in his hand.
Yeah, just
I mean,
he's not even taking it off.
At the end of the day, like, I want my school to have an alum that's wild like that. You know what I mean? Now he's a little different. He's freaking off his rocker. Very successful guy, but you know, LeVar, like LeVar composes himself. Okay, he's just as wild as him, you know, for his team, but he's not like over there, you know, punching people, doing backflips. You know, and then you've got him and Ray Lewis both from Miami. It's like, oh my goodness, dude. But Ole Miss and Georgia. What? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say Chris's comment. I was gonna say it's either gonna be a low scoring game like Indiana Ohio State was, or Miami's gonna get slapped. Like that's the way I'm looking at it. Like Miami's gonna get gutted, or it's gonna be a very low scoring game.
And I want to say this: if you took the over on the Miami A&M game, like, you should never gamble again. Like, just don't. If you actually put money on that, like, just
don't watch football again ever.
Like, you literally need to retire from watching TV altogether. But Ole Miss, Georgia. See, what I think is going to happen is Georgia is going to beat Ohio State to jump ahead. Indiana is going to beat Texas Tech. And then I think it's going to be Georgia, Indiana. Now, here's the thing. Indiana is going to play an SEC team. They played the number 1 Big Ten team. They're going to play an SEC team. Then they're going to play a Big 12 team. Then they're going to play another SEC team. Indiana, if they win the whole thing, that's hands down probably – that might be like the best – national champion in terms of what they've done ever. Like, for what they were. I mean, to beat Big 10, SEC, Big 12, and then SEC again, that should be the greatest team ever in the terms of what they accomplished. Like, not just because of their history, bro, that's insane. And they can do it. That's the thing. They have the Heisman Trophy winner as their quarterback. So, but Ole Miss, Georgia. Huh?
There's still that gut feeling too, right? Like, it is Indiana. Like, there's still that part of me that's like, they could go far, but like something's going to happen to where they're going to slip up, right? Like, that's my gut feeling on Indiana. I think they're very good. They're overachieving, like leaps and bounds, but there's that gut feeling, right? That like, it's Indiana. The other shoe's going to drop, right? Because it dropped last year. There's this part of you that feels that way. Do you guys feel that way too? Part of it?
No, I don't. I think they're legit. No, I don't. But I think they're legit. Like, I think they can beat anybody. I don't think, man, they have a bone in their body that's going to collapse or underperform. I just don't think it's possible. Like, they're a hot team. They're like 97 Bulls or whatever hot team there is. They're just hot, and they're doing really good. But
I'm not saying they're going to get blown out, but I'm saying, like, I could see them, like, losing a heartbreaker, or, like, I could see it happening. But because their defensive tackle got hurt celebrating in Indy, like, if he's out of the game, like, who's their backup defensive tackle? Because that's a big call there. You need the big boys up front. So that could hurt you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Well, and the thing with them, it's not that I doubt Indiana so much, because, like, as far as being a team goes and their coaching, I think they probably have the best coaching setup in the sport right now. But the thing that scares me with them is, in the tracked history of, you know, call it what you want, blue chip, whatever, you know, roster talent tracked history, there's never been a team that even made the national title that wasn't at least a 50% ratio on that. And Indiana's at 8%. That's the only thing that scares me with them, is just when you play this many games and you get beat up this long and you don't have that roster talent depth that you can fall to, it just becomes really, really hard. Like, they're fighting a big, big battle. So if they were to win it all, like, wouldn't accomplish
another thing too is, you know, we talk about Ohio State not playing anybody. Indiana played even less nobody, you know. So, but and they almost lost to us. But I don't know. I just think they're legit. But the thing is, they have zero experience in the postseason. That's another thing.
Yeah.
Like in the playoffs, they have zero experience in the post. Nobody on that roster has played in the playoffs.
Do they have still guys from last year?
Oh,
a couple guys.
Yeah, they
have
played.
a little bit.
Yes, that certainly counts. What I mean is, like, they went into the playoffs last year. I don't think anybody really thought they were going to beat Notre Dame. You know what I mean?
No,
I don't know. But this year, they are, in terms of zero experience, they have zero experience in this situation.
Yeah.
Like, they're the number one team. They're playing the freaking cream of the crop in college football.
Yeah.
And they could be running into freaking Georgia. So we'll see. And Alabama is a tough, like, we're going to see, like, if what Brett is saying, that could happen against Alabama. If it's going to happen against anybody, I think it's going to be Alabama. We're going to find out real quick, like, okay, this team is still the Indiana of last year in a sense. But Ole Miss and Georgia, man, like, it's a
good matchup.
It's a good matchup, and like, dude, I almost can think I could almost see Ole Miss freaking winning that game because of Chambliss, bro. Chambliss went off today. I know they played Tulane, but holy crap, dude! Like, I mean, is that going to be a low-scoring game or what?
Ole Miss beat Georgia last year, remember? So, like, it's some part of those teams are similar. Like,
but they don't have their head coach, though. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Kirby Smart, the crybaby, is definitely a better coach than the offensive coordinator is the interim right now for Ole Miss, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What
Charlie Weiss.
I mean, just stupid.
Yeah, Kirby Smart's stupid.
Kirby's a crybaby.
Yeah,
he's a good coach, but God.
Dude, he's a hell of a coach. Did you guys share it in the group? That video. So did someone share that, or did I share it? Where there's a guy sitting on the road in traffic.
I shared it,
and yeah, Kirby's on the intercom on the
just
field, like
crazy,
cussing them out, bro. Just like cussing them out.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a good coach. I mean, he literally half his team has been arrested. So I mean, I guess that can be a good thing too. You know. They're fearless.
Every year, half his team has been arrested. Every year.
Bro, you know what he should do if they lose to Ole Miss? They need to go and have a NASCAR race, just the team.
Yeah.
And whoever wins gets a spot in actual NاSCAR. That's what they should do. Because I
whoever
guarantee
loses picks up trash on the highway for community service. Yeah.
Bro, like I don't get it. Like, you just either they're not reporting every other team that has arrests, or they're just getting arrested all the time. I mean, it's insane. So
it's pretty wild.
But I don't know. That could be an interesting game, man. Georgia's -7 again. Like, bro, the -7. Like, I get it, but man,
there's some fun games.
You have a 45-year-old looking quarterback on Georgia's team, and then you have like Mike Vick reincarnated as the Ole Miss quarterback. You know, so.
Yeah. Well, I think that line seems pretty aggressive to me, and I have a feeling they're projecting because Lane Kiffin left.
Yeah,
but
right.
Because honestly, I would have that game like 3 points most days.
But here's the thing: it's going to be a new game. But dude, Tulane is not a bad team, and like JD's Pickle said, they actually did pretty good today. So Ole Miss, they dominated Tulane, and Tulane is not a bad team. So I just think they're kind of scary, man. I think they're kind of scary against Georgia. But here's the thing: say Ole Miss beats Georgia, can Ole Miss beat Ohio State? I don't know. But Chris said about Ryan Day. I'm sure Day got a wake up call after that Indy game to open up the offense. I don't think it's that. I think they had the offense open, man. They just couldn't do anything. Like Indiana's scheme was so good. I don't think it was an Ohio State thing. I think they were just Indiana did that good. Like, they were schemed that well. They couldn't throw the ball deep. I mean, Lord Farquaad, dude, he couldn't do anything. Like, he couldn't do a thing. You know?
Yeah.
He had the dunk.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, that's the one thing where even if Bama comes in with the talent advantage, which they will, if they get stuck in that same situation, because Indiana locks them down in the secondary, they don't have a run game. So
exactly.
that could get
They
south
don't have a
for
run
Alabama
game,
real
bro.
quick.
As much as Gus Johnson says Bo Jackson is amazing and they're the world famous Ohio State Buckeyes, Bo Jackson's not that good. They really don't have a run game. So they don't have Quinshon Judkins this year from Ole Miss, back there running the ball. By the way, that was another thing about the clips that I put up. When I called Julian saying Lord Farquaad, Ohio State fans like that are commenting, like they're so offended, but they don't know what to say. Like there's not been one comment on TikTok that's been like, I think they just don't know what to say. They know he looks like Lord Farquaad.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a joke, people,
Yeah, it's a
do
joke.
that all the time.
Yeah.
Calm down.
If you guys watch this show, we do that a lot. So
Yep.
Indiana is legit, but almost, yeah. True. Indy's DC performed a masterclass. Yeah, I mean,
Brian Haynes is a beast. If we could poach a DC, that's who I'd pick. But there's no way
here's the thing. But here's the thing, too, guys. Like when you have an Indiana team like that who has had quick success, what happens when you start losing coaches? Stuff like that, because those guys are going to move up real quick. It doesn't mean they're going to do good in the future, but they're going to move up real quick. Texas Tech, Oregon. Again, Dan Lanning he'll be ready.
That's a good game,
Michael,
Oregon, Texas Tech, because Texas Tech has a good defense. So I can see them sticking around in that one. I'm excited to watch that one.
I mean, I think Texas Tech is. I would have Texas Tech winning the game.
We haven't seen them play anybody other than Big 12 teams. I want to see it. I want to see it. You know what I mean? We just haven't.
Yeah. And who'd they lose to?
Texas Tech.
They lost to. Was it Cincinnati? I think it was Cincinnati.
It was kind of like a fluke game, right?
Yeah, it was a surprise.
Yeah, James Madison put up 34, guys. Pretty good. Texas Tech football. We're looking it up. I think it was.
By the way, guys, if you're in here right now, you're new. Please like, share, subscribe. Help us get to 2,000 subs. Appreciate your support. You can support us monetarily as well. Super chats, thanks button, memberships, whatever you want.
Arizona State. Sorry.
Arizona State.
Okay,
yeah, well,
so that's a respectable team. Yeah,
that is a good team. Yeah.
And Dillingham, he's not going to Michigan. DeBoer's not going to Michigan. I think Dave Portnoy, I think he's interviewing for the head coach job. Right?
Yeah,
is that who it is? It Dave Portnoy's interviewing for the head coach?
Dude, he's clown central. God,
that guy's out of control.
He's out of control, man.
I have a lot of respect for Dave Portnoy because he pretty much changed sports coverage. Like
yeah.
Pat McAfee is Dave Portnoy. Like that's the reason Pat McAfee is because of Dave Portnoy. I have a lot of respect for him, but Barstool as a whole, it's just kind of corny.
They say some crazy things on that.
The other day, Dave Portnoy, he said his words. Listen, guys, I know it's been tough for the Pats lately, but I still have six rings. Like he said, he had 6 rings. I'm like, no, you don't, dude. You don't play for the teams. Just stop talking. Like he actually said that. I was like, I can't listen to this guy, dude.
By the way, the Open, I don't know if you saw that they updated it there. 1.5.
Oh wow.
For Oregon, Texas Tech.
Okay, that's very close. That's a real line right there. I think Indiana's going to go. I think it's going to go closer. I think it's going to go closer in Alabama's favor of the line. Texas Tech, I can see them kind of taking minus.
Yeah.
Georgia, I can kind of see that going up a little bit. And then Ohio State, that's going to be minus 16.5 because ESPN will probably rig the markets. So,
well, I think the lines actually come down because it opened, I think, at 11.5 or 12. So it's been trending towards Miami.
Right.
So
that's what Chris said.
Yeah.
Well, but dude, at the end of the day, I just want Ohio State to lose, man, because I've said it all year. They're not that good. They're really not. Like, they deserve to be the number 1 team, but they're just not as good as the fans think they are, if that makes sense. Now they're fans, But you know what I mean? Like, they're just not as good as I think as they think they are. And I want them shut up, you know?
Yeah, it'd be great. It'd be fantastic.
But last year, you know, of all times to collapse, and, you know, you had Timu Peyton Manning as your quarterback. Like, of all times to collapse, it's that time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah. Miami's got the players for it, so they can win that game. It'll be a
Malachi Tony doesn't fumble and, like, you know, just keep it going.
So after this weekend's games, who do you think wins it all?
This
is going to change next week when we do it again. But
I don't know.
So we got New Year's Eve is Ohio State. That's a good game.
If I was going to guess a national championship matchup right now, I would say,
bro, Ohio State's not beating Georgia. Ohio State's not beating Georgia.
Oh, wait, they have to play each other, right?
They would have to play Georgia.
I think Georgia's beating Ohio State.
Georgia, right? I don't want to put Ohio State in it, man, because I hate them, and they won last year. So
they're not beating
Indiana.
Georgia,
that would be a good game. That's kind of like a hot take, too. Georgia, Indiana, nobody's guessing that right now.
But what we also got to keep in mind is that people have to stay healthy. So, you know, but healthy across the board, I think it's Indiana, Georgia, and I think Indiana wins. I think Indiana's they're different, man. Like, they're so well coached.
I could see that. I will say, like, there's nobody in the 8 here now that I'm like, yeah, they're definitely going to win.
Exactly.
But looking at it, the teams that scare me is if Alabama gets hot, they could be a problem.
They're a real team, man. They're always a real team.
And DeBoer's been here before.
Yep.
Ty Simpson's good.
Yeah. It's just going to come down to, does Ty Simpson does he stay on point?
Exactly.
And if Indiana can shake him up, then I think Indiana takes out Alabama. And if that happens, I would have Indiana as my winner from that bracket. Georgia, it's Kirby Smart. It's Georgia. They're tough. They're a tough out no matter who you are.
Yeah.
I could see Georgia, Ohio State is probably what I would have in that bracket. And man, that'd be a pick 'em for me. I don't know who wins that game for sure, but I probably lean. If what I'd like to see happen is I'd like to see Mississippi get through personally.
Yeah.
But if my football mind tells me Ohio State's probably going to find a way through that.
Yeah.
But unfortunately,
the hate my heart says otherwise.
I know. I don't want it to happen that way.
Yeah.
The world famous Ohio State Buckeyes are going to make it.
Yeah. I really hope it doesn't happen, man.
Yeah. I mean, hey. I don't want to, it's like refusing to admit that something has happened. I can't say it, man. I can't say Ohio State's going to beat Georgia. Like, I don't want to say it because that's a worst case scenario, and I'm going to be depressed. So, but I got Indiana, Georgia. I think I got Indiana winning it all. Aaron, you have what? Ohio State and Indiana.
Yeah, probably. Well, actually, as much as I hate it, I don't even want to speak it. Makes me sick. Alabama and Ohio State. I really hope it doesn't happen, but.
So me and Mark both have Georgia, Indiana.
But who do you have winning it, Brett?
I think Georgia's going to win, man. Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, there's that gut feeling that maybe their backup defensive tackle for Indiana, like, just it doesn't mesh right. You know what I mean? Like, something small as that is a huge difference. Like, if people are healthy on Georgia, I think I'm going to take Georgia in that one. Because Gunnar Stockton's been very good. Like, nobody talks about him. Gunnar Stockton, like looking at his progression from last year to this year is because we had a small sample size last year. He looks good, so I don't know. He can run, he can throw. He makes really good throws and like decisive. Doesn't make many mistakes. Yeah, I think Georgia wins it.
Well, what do you guys think about? What do you guys think about? Hold on a second. Sorry, I lost my thought. But yeah, Gunnar Stockton, that's the thing. I mean, Georgia is Georgia, man. Like Kirby Smart is Kirby Smart. Either way, but Ole Miss is scary. What I was going to say was, this is what we think right now. After New Year's Day, like New Year's Day, we'll do an episode. New Year's Day, like probably the night of New Year's Day, that night we'll do probably. That's the thing. Like at that time, we're going to have different opinions most likely because let's be real. Oregon could beat Texas Tech. Alabama could win. Ole Miss could win. And then even Miami could win. And then that's a whole different world there, from what we're all thinking. So, but if you guys don't have anything else to say about that, we'll get into the portal.
Yeah, I'll do portal quick.
And then we'll jump off. So Rocco Becht has entered the portal. So is Bo Prabula.
Yep. 90% chance we get Rocco. I think there's 90%. Like it might be 95, but
Aaron, Aaron, my opinion. What do you think? Bo is still a possibility that he could come here. So what do you think about Bo, for example, coming here?
It's interesting because you have Rocco Becht, you have Bo Prabula. They're both what I would call improviser quarterbacks. They're very physical athletes. They'll play multi-ball with you. They can run, they can throw. Grunk can do both of those things, but I think of him as more of a balanced attack type guy. I don't think he's so much an improviser as he is. He's we call like a system operator. Yeah. Like he will run an offensive scheme a certain way, and he just gives you options, right? Because of his balance. Whereas like Becht and Pribula will just kind of improvise things in an offense more. Which one's better, it kind of depends. If you have a really good OC, sometimes you don't necessarily want your quarterback to be too improv because they kind of break your plays. Which, we know a thing or two about that in the Eagles. We go from a bad offensive coordinator to maybe making maybe too much improv for our own good. But I think all of them, like, I think you're in good shape with any of them, honestly. Yeah. I like Bo because he's a PA guy, and I would think the reason he'd want to come back is because he's determined to be a PA guy. Yeah. And it was what he wanted originally. But if you were asking me, like, I need to go into next year and try to have success as soon as possible, I probably want Rocco, and it's only because of his experience.
His coaches.
Yeah, as an improv guy, he has been playing this scheme. He knows how it works. And I think if you put more talent with him, he's just going to do better. So I would probably say, like, if you're trying to win now, Rocco, if you're building towards a contender in the next 2-3 years, I would probably want Grunk to get as much playing time as I can. And then with Bo, it's like you're looking at him and saying, well, he fits the improv scheme I want to run offensively, and his physicality is just otherworldly, right? So I want him for his physicality. So as an OC, if I'm picking Bo, it's because I want to do some pretty interesting things offensively with my quarterback, and he's just more physical than the other guys, right? He's just more of a beast, and he gives me other options. But I think if I have a scheme in mind, if I'm planning to do, like, if Campbell's planning to keep something like what he was running at Iowa State, that probably fits it the best. And then Grunk will work into that scheme, but it'll probably take more time for Grunk. So if you're trying to win now, that's why I like Rocco. But
Yeah, I mean, Rocco entering the portal, I think that's almost guarantees coming to Penn State.
Yeah.
And if Bo came to Penn State, I mean, we're getting basically another Trace McSorley, and that's not a bad thing. I just mentally, I don't know why the guy's leaving Missouri. But yeah, Rocco would be a good fit. Rocco would be a good choice. He's coming with his coaches. He's got experience. He's a solid guy. And he's got a good arm. I mean, he's a system guy. That's what you need. Like you just said, like Bo will improvise. This guy is just going to execute, I think. So, again, I think it's almost a guarantee he's coming here. I just hope that Gronk sits for a year. They're going to compete.
Yeah.
But honestly, Beck's probably going to win it out. But I just hope Gronk sits and stays. Unlike Bo, he stays. And he could be the starter for the next 2 years. You know, because he's redshirt. Yeah, he could be a
sophomore coming. Yeah.
Yeah, so he could be a starter for the next 2 years. He'll be a redshirt senior and a redshirt junior. So I just hope that happens. You know, I hope Gronk stays because he is a good quarterback. But there's going to be a competition, man. And in that competition room, it's going to be Beckham Kritza. It's going to be Peyton Falzone. It's going to be the Evans kid. It's going to be Jackson Smollett. They're all going to be in there.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is, the quarterback competition with Matt Campbell and the quarterback coach will actually make these guys better. Unlike when Franklin had Danny O'Brien, that competition was just, all right, who's going to be decent enough to play offense with us? This is a different story. Like we have Jake Waters coming in. We have Noah Pauley coming in with the receivers. Like the competition is going to be legit. Like it's going to be cream of the crop. Like who rises to the top? You know, it's just going to be more hard of a better battle to see. So.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, yeah, and like again, you'll take who you can get. So as long as it's not soaking up your NIL, if you feel like you can get all three of them, have them have a quarterback battle, you know, that's fine too. But to answer, like, keep chopping what you said there, the 3 to 5 year, the reason that you feel that way is because they never played particularly well, and that was a James Franklin special. So if they were playing really good, you wouldn't feel that way.
I mean, Sean Clifford, man, like another kid who wasn't set up truly for success. He was a baller. But, I mean, when you have a guy like that who throws 4 interceptions against Ohio State, to me, like that gets old, man. Like that gets so old, but he would never change it. You know, that's the thing. Yeah.
Some of that was bad luck that game, though. I felt bad. The tip pass at the line goes right up in their hands. Katron Allen not going for the ball. Like there was some bad luck on that.
And like for what like it mattered, but the whiteout game, Franklin said in his press conference after they beat Minnesota of all teams, like, wow, Minnesota. He said Big Ten Offensive Player of the Week, and then he paused. And I'm just like, oh, my God, dude. This is like Thanksgiving freaking press conference. The next week, he throws 4 interceptions. So I started the show. I said, Franklin, 4 interceptions. Then I paused. It's like, Big Ten Offensive Player of the Week means literally nothing. You played Minnesota in the whiteout. But real quick, I'm going to go through all the quarterbacks. So we had Rashard. So from 2000 till now, we have Rashard Casey, Zach Mills, Michael Robinson, Anthony Morelli, Darrell Clark, Matt McGloin, Hackenberg, McSorley, Clifford, Aller. So we've had 10 quarterbacks in 25 years. So what he's saying is true, but that we just haven't seen since Darrell Clark. We haven't seen good quarterback play, truly good quarterback play.
Yeah, nothing to blow you away. Yeah.
Darrell Clark was I love that guy, man. He was so fun to watch. We have not had a guy since him. And I've always wanted that replicated, that offense, that spread HD. That's what I've been saying. That's what I want to see. So next year, I hope we see some offense. But if Rocco can come in and execute the system, we're going to score points. And I don't think Matt Campbell's one to, for whatever reason, Franklin would they wouldn't score points, but then when they had an opportunity to, they wouldn't score them either. Like there's something called style points that you still need, even though it's not the BCS anymore. I think you still need some style points.
Yeah.
More than anything, I like doing that to poor Mike Loxley because he has a personal issue with him.
What's that?
He only liked to do that to poor Mike Loxley because he didn't like him.
Yeah. That was
Bro,
funny.
I thought they were friends.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Huh.
Something happened at Maryland that set them against one another. I don't know what it was.
Huh. All right.
Franklin still thinks they're friends, so he must be.
Well, he says
La La
that.
Land.
Yeah, he thinks a lot of things. When they
Franklin
go
has strange
golfing,
ideas about what counts as a friend. I think.
Yeah.
yeah, golfing together once a year isn't necessarily mean you're a friend.
Obviously, some things happened, and obviously.
Why not just transfer? Not care.
Obviously.
Yeah. I don't know if they'd be in the playoffs, but they'd be a lot better. Shout out to Rob Bolden. Yeah, Rob Bolden, like he was, I don't know, Matt McGloin, Rob Bolden. It was like Rob Bolden too. Yeah. In 2010, yeah, he did great, and then in 2011, he did even better. Man, if that 2011 team had a quarterback, that would have been a legit contender, man. Really, that was a good team they had. That was Joe's last year.
Sure.
But yeah, I think if Rocco comes in, man, again, it's going to be a system guy, and I think it's going to go great. He's comfortable. He's got a better stadium, better team, better talent around him. He's got insane, probably better fans in the sense that they're just crazy. They're very supportive. A lot of pretty women. So welcome in. Come on in.
Yeah. Well, and the big thing is, he was already Taylor Mauser's quarterback. So he knows the system that Mauser wants to run. So it'd be an easy transition for him.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Is there anything else you guys want to say?
No, I mean, we should be getting more news soon, guys. I mean, about the defensive coordinator and running back coach, transfer portal, maybe some more 2026 flip commitments, Elijah Reeder off the edge. Like, there's a lot of stuff coming. There's just no actual answers at this time. So,
yeah.
Aaron, you've heard me say, you've heard me call Will Howard Timu Peyton Manning, right?
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is that a fitting nickname, do you think?
Yeah. Yeah, I can see it. He's on your Steelers now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they got Jack Sawyer too.
Sawyer, yeah. I like Sawyer, actually.
Captain
I think
Jack.
sometime he'll be good.
Captain Jack Sawyer.
He
called McSorley the Wizard of Camelot. Remember that? He kept calling him the Wizard of Camelot.
Yeah, he called him Wizard.
I'm just like, that makes me not want to read that book even more because he keeps saying that. But what do you guys have you guys read that book? Like
No.
So I didn't understand the reference at all. Like I didn't get it. He said the Wizard of Camelot. Right? It was a book, I think. But he called McSorley the Wizard of Camelot.
Yeah, I mean the Wizard of Camelot would have been Merlin. So that's kind of the reference, but I'm not really sure exactly what he meant by it.
If McSorley had a competent offensive line and a better defense, think about how much he doesn't get enough credit for what he did.
What about Saquon? He would have won the Heisman Trophy.
And Saquon, that's what I mean. Like Trace McSorley, for what he was given, he was really good. So.
Oh yeah, I always liked Trace. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know. Marsh. I think we're gonna get some legit guys. Like Marsh, we're gonna get maybe that kid from where's he from? Ole Miss. Brett, that freshman you were talking, Auburn, and then
Auburn, yeah.
That Duff kid maybe from Rutgers.
If he goes in the portal.
But all right, guys. Tomorrow Jared will be on for pre and post game Steelers. He's going to do a Steelers Monday, a Pittsburgh or Black and Gold Monday where he covers all the teams, and then for the games and stuff, he's going to cover use Penguin Central, Pirate Central. For the games and stuff, but he's going to do Black and Gold Mondays. Brett and I will be on Tuesday, and then Brett, you should be good for what do you think you'll be good for Thursday night?
Yeah, because Applebee's is closed, so I won't.
But you work Friday.
I was gonna.
Wait, Friday. Thursday night's Christmas, isn't it?
That's right.
I mean, so this Tuesday we'll do pregame for the bowl game. Saturday we'll do postgame.
Yeah.
Next Tuesday we'll do another episode on Tuesday, and then Thursday night, New Year's Day, is what I mean. New Year's Day we'll do an episode that night after the playoff games.
I work Thursday nights. Yeah, I'll be.
New Year's Day?
Yeah.
Oh.
I serve. Remember, I pick up shifts. I work every Thursday night.
So they're closed.
Christmas, they're closed. Huh?
But they're not closed New Year's Day? Really?
No, they wouldn't be closed for that. They're only closed for Christmas. That's the only day they're closed for. Yeah. And Thanksgiving maybe, but.
All right. Well, we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
but I'll be on that night. I'll be on New Year's Day night. Aaron, if you're around, we'll talk.
Sure.
But Aaron, thank you for coming on.
Yep.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks,
Aaron's a real one. Brett's a real one. It's good to have them both on. Thank you guys for coming on. And we'll see you at least Tuesday for the pregame for the Pinstripe Bowl. I'm not going to go. I don't want to go to New York City. But it's going to be a good game. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Have a good night, guys.
Care,
we are Penn State.